So yeah, so after the parents signed their documents saying they wouldn't press charges on him. So, it's like B goes about life just normal. He continues to sneak and see Jan. He continues to see the mother. She's having sex with him as well. Uh, and he's sneaking into the house. He's even going to her school, giving notes to like students at school to give to her and their love letters. She's writing them back, trying to figure out ways how she's gonna give him these love letters or whatever. So, in that time, I think he was sentenced to do 5 years because the FBI was, first of all, they were mad. First they were going to testify in a trial and then they backed out. So he did get convicted and he was supposed to serve 5 years. Somehow 5 years got reduced to 45 days. And he was supposed to serve 45 days. But he wasn't supposed to turn himself in until like 3 months. Yeah, the criminal justice system back then in 1974, that was real crazy. I'm going to sentence you to 5 years. I'm going to reduce it to 45 days, but you don't have to come in and serve 45 days until 3 months. It's, yeah, I don't know. But while waiting for those 3 months, so he could turn himself in, he moves to like another town and he buys a family fun park, like a water park or whatever. It's in another town. I think another state. I'm not sure. While he's there, Jan finds out that he's got this family fun park. She wants to go work for him. The daddy is like, hell no, you can't go. The mother is like, well, I don't know. So Jan starting to, give them hell basically. If you don't let me go, I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. B even called Marianne, her Jan's mother, and it's like you gotta let her come because she's gonna get out there on the highway. She's gonna hitchhike. So the mother sends her daughter to be with B so she can go work for him at his fun park. She put her on a plane. So Jan done got flued out to go be with her molester. Daddy finds out, daddy's mad. And she stayed working for him. I think probably like a month. And the mothers, the family's like, you got to come home. She's mad. She's putting up a fight. I don't want to come back. I don't want to come back. Eventually, she goes back home. She goes back home, but the family they didn't. No, she wasn't kidnapped yet. So right before he was supposed to turn himself in, so he can go do his 45 days, which somehow got reduced to 10 days. He convinces Jan to write a note stating that she's done ran away from home. They woke up the next morning, Jan is gone. They read the note. They're like, oh my gosh, she's gone. They didn't call the police or the FBI for fear of what everybody would think. Now they know she's gone. They know she's with him, but they're so afraid that the people are going to look at them like, oh, how could you let this happen again? They don't call the authorities. Finally, I think they called the FBI. I think they called him what 2 weeks later. Yeah, they called him back. They called that same FBI agent. They called him 2 weeks later. So he, of course, they questioned him. He's like, no, I don't know where she is. I was in prison. I was doing my time. This man took her for the second time. He enrolled her into an all girls Catholic school in a whole nother state. Yeah, he lied to the nuns at the Catholic school saying that he was a CIA agent, that he has to protect his daughter, and if anybody comes to the school asking for her, don't say she's there because they're looking for him. He had his little scheme down pat. And the whole while she's at this Catholic school, the parents are like, going crazy. So the FBI tapped their phone. And man, you just gotta watch the documentary yourself. They're gonna play the recordings of B calling their home like every other day, asking them, "Hey, have you heard from Jan? Have you heard from Jan?" You just gotta hear it. You gotta hear it yourself. he's calling every day, pretending like he's crying, like he's so devastated because Jan is gone again. He don't know where she's at. Of course, the agent, the FBI agent, is like, we know you got her, but they didn't have any clue where she was. They didn't know. All the while, he's coming to the Catholic school to pick her up every weekend and taking her back to his little mobile home. I forget what state it is, but yeah, he's picking her up every weekend so he can be with her, furthering this, brainwashing her to believe this mission that she's to have the baby by 16 and she's an alien and all this and all that. And finally, I think, I forget how he gets caught again. I think it was his brother once again. But yeah, so they finally find him. They find him. They find her. Pick her up. Arrest him. But again, he does no time. I don't think this man served 6 months at either one of these cases doing this whole ordeal. And it's just like so crazy. It's like, how was he able to get away with this? But then, I gotta think it was in the 70s, and of course the law is much different now. Can you imagine something like that happening in 2019? Well, the brainwashing and the kidnapping girls, they saying that's what R. Kelly's doing. But I don't know, that's a whole nother video in itself too. But you have got to watch the documentary for yourself, because I'm not doing it any justice. I know I've left out a lot of pieces, but it's just jaw-dropping. It's crazy. It's on Netflix. It's called Abducted in Plain Sight. So tune in, and if you watch it, come back to the video and leave me some comments, and let's discuss this thing. Thank you. Bye.